So we are right around the eve of you becoming a dad.
Oh, you son
We
bitch.
are
This is a
we
bit.
are we're right down the eve. So I figured you would want to sit here and talk about the most important thing that's currently happening, and that's the Superman trailer.
You
So
beautiful bastard. I love you.
let's go to
That's why you're my
that.
co-host.
What did you think of the Superman trailer?
Oh, so it broke a record. I think it's the most viewed trailer in Warner Brothers and DC history, like in 24 hours. I think it had like 22 million views, which I don't think that's fair because I'm pretty sure at least like half those views came from me. Because
All right.
god damn, I went back and rewatched it a couple times to like pick it apart to try and understand the story. I have an idea of what's going on and what's happening. I don't know if you want me to tell you, but I have a few ideas.
I have a well, I'm aware because like I've heard Gunn talk about it, but he pretty much says like this is gonna start. It's not an origin story. It's gonna start right into the action. Like he's been Superman for a bit. Lex Luthor already hates him.
Yeah,
Like there's a whole lot there going on. I love this trailer because it reminds me of the Black Panther Wakanda Forever trailer, like the first one,
yeah.
where it was all music,
No
very little
smoke.
dialogue, just aura, just
Just vibes.
just just vibes, and I love it. I love it. I hope we don't get a second trailer. I mean, we're obviously gonna get like a story trailer and
We're gonna
everything,
get
but
two more.
I don't want to hear more about this. Like I'm already in. Like I'm seated, I'm set, I'm already seated. The workers at the movies have asked me to leave because it's too early, but I'm sat already, you know? And but I'm so in, I'm so down. I love how he looks, I love how she looks, I love how Lex looks, I love Crypto.
Oh,
I kind of don't like that he's CGI. I mean, come
you
on,
can't train a real dog. Like this
I
old.
know you can to a certain degree. I mean, I wish he was just a little bit less animated. I love that he looks like
They got 7 months.
everyone's. I love how the Crypto looks like everyone's childhood dog that just never died. You know,
Yeah, he's
like
perfect.
he's so perfect, and I hope he's not voiced by The Rock, and
I love that he's
and
not Labrador. Like he's not purebred something. He's a
I
mutt, and I love that.
yeah, he's tiny. He looks like he probably like gets like I don't know like
Mutt, yeah.
snot stains. Yeah. And no, I just love it, man. I love the trailer. I love the score. I love that you get to see Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner with his stupid, ridiculous haircut.
Mhm.
Uh, I love that one shot we got of Hawk Girl. Like, I think it's gonna be a really cool trailer. And my favorite thing is that I love that it just encapsulates what we've been talking about Superman, which is
Hope,
just truth, justice, and just hopefulness. You know,
justice,
I
and a
love
better
it.
tomorrow. People think it's still the American way. No, they changed that a while back.
Love it. Love it even more. Cannot wait if it's even a little bit like My Adventures with Superman, I know we're gonna be super good heads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So
so I got notes. I got notes on this trailer. I got notes for days on this trailer. To start, I love how we see Superman in a state I can only ever remember seeing him in once before. And he's bloodied. He's beaten down. He is fucked up. Not even Batman fucked him up this bad in Zack Snyder's Justice League. Like, or Zack Snyder Batman vs Superman. Like, he is fucked up. He is bleeding. He is on the floor. He is full on Yamcha posed. Just spitting out blood and wheezing because, like, I'm pretty sure he has a punctured lung. Like, he is
yeah.
fucked up. And that's our first shot of Superman is he's beaten down. And that's the most anti-Superman you can do. And I mean that in a good way because it's like it's setting the pace. Like what is the number one like thing about Superman that people like shit on? He's a boring character because he can't be injured, he can't be hurt. He's too strong. He's better than no one can hurt him, right? Unless you're putting him against other Kryptonians or gods, he's necessarily invulnerable. So the fact that the very first time that we see this version of Superman, he's bloodied and beaten on the floor, all that tells me is that yes, we're getting a vulnerable Superman. We're getting a nerfed Superman, and we need that. We don't need a god. We need someone that can be injured, someone that's strong and tough that'll do the right thing, but also someone that we can be like, oh fuck, he can die in this, which is
Yeah.
not something that's very common. Um,
Yeah.
what what I'm betting also is so we see his daily life at the Daily Planet, Him and Lois are already mid-relationship, which is perfect. We don't need to see them, we don't need more origins, right? James Gunn said
Yeah,
everyone's tired of origin stories. We're not going to do those, but not for a while at least. You know, we're going to be
yeah,
in this world where superheroes exist and we accept it and we go from there. Um, I love the fact I love that they have crypto. I love the
yeah.
fact that that's where like that is such an amazing way to set the pace of like we're not taking ourselves over serious. We're not going to give crypto machine guns. He is a happy-go-lucky dog who just loves Clark. He acts like a regular dog. Like Clark's just laying there on the floor bloodied, and the dog's just like, "Hey, let me lick your face. I love you." Like
Yeah.
that's perfect. That's perfect. And he's like, "Take me home." Crypto,
Yeah.
take me home. And Crypto's just like, all right, I'm gonna drag your ass. And he's just walking so like uppity, like, I got my owner, we're good, we're fine.
He
What?
got yeah, he got like a little pep in his step, just like
Yeah.
like yeah, like yeah.
And we see just the right amount of glimpses of characters. Not everyone, but not to a degree where we can over-examine it. But we see Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner. We see Hawk Girl. We see Metamorpho for the briefest of moments.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
we get a few shots of Lex, like kind of pissed off at Superman.
That's the
Uh,
baldest I've ever seen a man be. Like levels of baldness have never peaked this hard.
he could not be more bold.
Yeah.
He
Like
has this like at one point he's holding a revolver, like a gun,
oh yeah.
and he's just like, whoa, what are we going like cartoonishly evil, but like the
Yeah.
right amount, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think we're finally gonna get a defining Lex Luthor. That's not to shit on Jesse Eisenberg. I recognize like I'm so much of a fanboy, I will look for the positives in anything. I recognize that. But I would argue we've never had a definitive Lex Luthor. It's arguable that we have a definitive Joker, kind of with Heath Ledger, Joaquin Phoenix put up a good fight for the first movie. Uh, Not so much the second one. But I think we're finally gonna get a definitive Lex Luthor. We're gonna get a definitive version of him that does not revolve around fucking real estate schemes. Although it could. Um, I love the fact I'm gonna call it right now because he said he got a lot of inspiration from All Star Superman. So I'm gonna call it right now. There is Stag Industries is sponsoring a superhero team. Lex Luthor is trying to get his own team, but Superman won't go with him. So he hires people. I don't know how, or maybe Stag sends them, and it turns out Stag's a bad guy. Or maybe Maxwell Lord sends them to fuck up Superman. They go to the Fortress of Solitude, get his Sun Eater out, and unleash it. And they're like, look at this monster. Who's gonna stop him? Because Superman's too fucked up. And they're gonna stop the monster to like be like, look, we're good, Superman's bad. I'm calling it right now. It's a false flag operation story. And the shot right before the finale, right before the climax, is that one shot of Superman putting on his boots, being like, "I need to go out there, like I need to save them." And Lois is
Yeah.
like, "They think you're dead. You could stop. Like you're fine. You're done." And he's like, "I can't do that. I need to help."
Yeah.
I'm calling it now. Those green and purple beams. One beam is Lex. The other one's Guy Gardner trying to contain the Sun Eater. I could be wrong. I am prepared to be wrong, but I think that's what's happening.
I'm just excited to see this movie. I think it's gonna be fun. I love how the planet looks also, like the Daily Planet.
Yeah, it looks busy as
Uh
fuck.
it looks busy. I like how it looks, and I'll say it, I love how he looks as Clark Kent. I wasn't like what's up?
I love both versions, Clark and Superman.
Yeah.
They both look great.
No, but like the thing about his Clark Kent is like I don't know if you noticed, but his suit is too big for him.
Yeah, and his
Like
hair's all like loose and fucked up.
yeah, and like when he walks into his office and like he's bumbling, like he's dropping all his papers and like yeah, and like see, I didn't like Henry Cavill as Clark Kent because he always looked
Same.
like if somebody told me like, hey, that's Superman, I'd be like, yeah, that checks out. Like yeah, that
Dude's built like a brick shit
but
house. I see it.
yeah, but like this guy with like the big suit and like he walks into his desk has like a jar of peanut butter, random thing. But it's like you can tell this guy just protein sub while he's there.
Oh, maybe that's for crypto.
Maybe that's for crypto. But it's just I don't know. There's like a nice little detail there, and I like him as like, there's been an ongoing a gag that people are doing where they're like, why is this trailer focusing on this random like a journalist? Like what does he have to do with
Yeah.
Superman? Like it's been It's been fun, not gonna lie. And I like it. I like the one scene, the one shot that we got where he's talking to his dad. I'm a
I
big
love
fan
that
of
emotion.
yeah, I'm a big fan of Man Puck Kent. So big fan of that. Uh I'm good. I'm good. If I don't see another trailer, I'm good, honestly. I mean I'm going to because they're gonna play in theaters, so but besides that, really excited for this. Really, really hyped. Can't wait to see it. May? May comes out?
No, July. We got 7 months left.
July, Jesus Christ. Okay, fine. Okay.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
see if I can arrange the greatest weekend of my life that weekend. I'm gonna see.
Oh,
Maybe the best weekend since Batman versus Superman. I'm gonna see if I can do it. Because
what are you gonna do?
Superman comes out on Friday. AEW All In, their biggest pay-per-view of the year, is emanating from Arlington at a baseball field. It's gonna be like 40, 50,000 people.
Yeah,
I'm gonna see because we're gonna have technically a 7-month-old baby at the time.
yeah.
Can I get away for 24 hours to go to this event and then come back?
Can I add another variable?
Yes.
Can I go with you?
If Nikki says yes, then yes. We'll
I
see.
think she would. I think she would let you if I go with you.
It might be the greatest 24-hour span in my life. I'm gonna be see Superman at 7 o'clock on Friday, 7 o'clock on Saturday. I'm gonna be at a massive wrestling pay-per-view watching fucking I don't know fight. I don't know.
What if you do Friday, Saturday, and then on Sunday we go see Superman again?
Yeah, we could do that.
Just like a little weekend sandwich of awesome.
The only span of time that was better was I'm gonna you know what folks I'm gonna cut it right here. We're gonna go into the review. I'm gonna chat about something personal.
Yeah,
Well, wait a second. Do you want actually no no I don't have to. I can just
you can just
I,
text it to me.
I'm gonna text it to you real quick. I want to see your reaction when I text this to you.
All right. Well, while you text it, I'm gonna get some tissue because
Go for it.
yeah. Oh, God. I'm bringing the toilet paper here. All right, I just got it. I
Could be the
mean,
next greatest 24 hours of my life after that.
Jesus, if only the movie would have been better.
Oh, I loved it at first.
You want to jump
I
into the
recognize
movie?
I'm a fanboy. Shut up. But
You want to
yes,
jump into this?
yes. Well, okay. Anyway, Superman coming out July 11th. One last thing. I love the consistency. I know we're not gonna get it
Yeah,
all the time, but I love the consistent look of it because it looks a lot like on like the color scheme looks a lot like
yeah.
Blue Beetle and it looks a lot like the Suicide Squad. I love that. Like
Okay, yeah, like,
the consistent look of it. And I hope
yeah.
I don't know if they'll continue it, but I hope they continue it.
I
So,
mean, we'll have to
all right,
see. We'll have to see.
all right, Wicked. Let's go.
Thank you for welcoming us into your headphones. My name is Chema.
And I am Elbafa. One of the two.
Up, up to a great start, buddy. And this reviewing Wicked, and this is the rollback. Everyone deserves a chance to fly. When ostracized and misunderstood, green skin of Fiba is forced to share a room with a popular aristocrat Galinda. The too unlikely friendship is tested as they begin to fulfill their respective destinies as Glinda the Good and the Wicked Witch of the West. So we have the part one adaptation of the musical phenomenon Wicked, directed by John M. Chu, who previously directed the very charming Crazy Rich Asians, the underrated, I'll say, adaptation of In the Heights, and the already forgotten Now You See Me too, along with a bunch of step up movies, the disgusting Gem and the Hologram movie,
Ugh.
and that's right, everyone's favorite G.I. Joe Retaliation. So, I think this guy really, really cemented himself as like someone to look out after Crazy Rich Asians. I think we were all like, that was a charming little picture. Let's give this guy more jobs. And then he decided to do this. This stars Cynthia Erivo, Ariana Grande, Jonathan Bailey, Michelle Yeoh, Jeff Goldblum, Ethan Slater, Marisa Vogt, Peter Dinklage, and Bowen Yang, and other colorful characters. So, I think out of the two of us, I'm the one that's more familiar with the stage show,
Definitely.
um, mostly because I was
A
one of those
theater.
misunderstood and cringy theater kids in high school. So even though I was never, even though I never participated in Wicked, I knew people who did put it up, and I knew the song. I knew a couple of the songs. I knew the basic plot, but this was basically like my first exposure because I hadn't seen the actual full show. And this had one of the most insane promotional campaigns I've ever seen. I mean,
Really?
I mean,
Also,
I was seeing pink and green pretty much fucking everywhere, and
right.
I think it's kind of insane. But we got there, we're there, we got to watch the movie, and it's touted as a big return of new musicals. It's made a ton of money. It kept theaters like pretty much full during Thanksgiving and Black Friday and everything. And everyone's singing the songs, everyone's talking about it, for both good and bad reasons. So we're gonna jump into it as two dudes can. So, what did you think of Wicked?
So, cards on the table. I
Yeah,
am not a theater kid, and I am not a fan of musicals. As
yes,
I have famously said several times on this podcast, I don't love musicals. There are a handful that I do like, but they're not my go-to genre, right? They might be the subgenre I like the least. So I wasn't on. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wasn't gonna watch it. I like it was not on my radar at all. I thought I kind of don't want to. Turned out to be a massive hit, so I didn't have a choice but to watch it.
yeah,
I begrudgingly went to go watch it in theaters, which is always a great attitude to go into with a movie.
yeah.
And it shocked me. It shocked me. It was good. I'm not gonna say great. It was very good. I like the music. I love the performances. Strangely enough, the music didn't really land a lot with me. It was not bad. It just I was like just like, okay, this is not terrible. It was the story that really gripped me more. Not to say the music was bad. I can recognize tremendous singing, and the singing was incredible.
Yeah.
But I guess for me, it was the story of it itself, which I'm not sure if it's as big a deal in the play as it is in the story, but like the pro animal rights stuff that's going on there, the scapegoating, the fascism,
Hmm.
all that stuff that's happening, Elbatha, being ostracized until they find out, oh wait, she's useful for something. The old Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer dilemma.
Yeah.
Um, I really enjoyed it. I genuinely did.
Yeah.
I feel the same way about it, the same way I did about, and I said this in the video review. Rebel Moon Part 1 and Dune Part 1. Good, but I need to see the whole thing before I can give it a full score. Like I need the complete story.
Makes sense. Makes sense. How
Yourself,
do you
how'd you
feel
feel
about
about
the?
it?
Well, I went in curious. I went in wanting to know mostly because it was a little bit of the hype. I wasn't very excited to see it, and then the hype came in, and I was like, well, if there's a hype, I get curious. I'm like, what is attracting all of these people? Because there's gotta be something that attracts so much attention. And
Mm.
I was like, I'm into it. And Jess had seen it previously, and she was like, I want to see it again. Like, let's go see it. And I was like, yeah, sure. Like, let's go see it. So we went to see it, and consider me charmed. I was, I went in not low expectations, but I'm not really expecting like a lot, and consider me charmed. And weirdly, the thing that I was the most like iffy about ended up being my favorite element of the movie,
Hmm.
and that was Ariana Grande's performance, which I think is the thing that people are gonna most talk about here. I'm not a big fan of her. I'm not a big fan of her music, not a big fan of her the way that she decided to carry herself, and just not a big fan of her in general. And just what she does in this movie, in this performance as Glinda or Glinda, as later the movie does. I don't know. It's like a big throwback to like I don't know 60s or 50s like comedians like Carol Burnett and something like that. Like very physical, very like
Mhm.
dainty, like very like I couldn't really put my finger on it, but I was like, my God, she's fantastic. Like,
I,
she's great in this, and that's not to say that Cynthia Erivo isn't. She really is. They really match each other's freak.
mhm.
But I think sadly it's gonna be what people are gonna most talk about, because like I hated it so bad. Like my sister has seen this before me also, and she told me like I hadn't laughed at a movie in so long. And I was like, I don't believe that. I don't believe. And then I saw that, like, every time this bitch would open her mouth, I would be like, God damn. I was chuckling. I was laughing. I was, damn it. Sorry. Damn it. It really worked on me. So, yeah, found it really charming, found it really funny. Have no idea where it's going to go from here. And to answer your question of, like, are the themes of fascism and racism and ostracization is all that present in the play? Yes. All of that was there on purpose. And they just found ways to not modernize it, but like really adapt it to like a movie. I don't think they failed in that. I think they actually succeeded. And yeah, there's a lot of good in it. The things that I think are not good about it can be criticized and should be, I think. Which is why I like it, but I don't love it. I'm in a similar position that you are. Yeah.
I'm so curious because of how successful it is. I wonder when they're gonna make like Wicked 3 or like they're gonna expand the story of Oz.
I
Because
don't
you know
think
they're gonna do it.
so.
I'm not even debating. They will do it. It's not if, it's how.
So the fun thing about this is that they already filmed part two. Like they filmed it back to back. And they already have part two in the can. And it's coming out exactly in 1 year, like a year after this one comes out. So it's like, remember Avengers Endgame? It's
Mhm.
pretty much that.
But no, but
Um,
you know they're gonna try to because this is not the first time that they tried to make something about Oz. They've made Oz the Great and Powerful, right?
yeah,
The
but that was a different studio. That
different
was Disney.
studio, but I wouldn't be surprised if they try to milk the property like long term. I could see them doing the show. If they did it to Dune, they're gonna do it to Oz. Plus, I didn't know this. The same author that wrote Oz, that wrote The Wizard of Oz, also wrote Alice in Wonderland.
Lewis Carroll?
I believe so. I saw on the thing that this and Alice in Wonderland are connected. Like
I
the story of Oz and the story of Alice in Wonderland are connected.
I don't think that's true.
I mean, I just read it just now. Yeah, adaptations, connections.
Where's that from? What's
I
the
guess to be fair, it is
source?
Wikipedia, I guess.
So Lewis Carroll also wrote Wizard of Oz. That doesn't sound
Yeah,
right.
Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. In addition to being influences. I'm so sorry. Influence.
Influence.
Emerald
Yeah.
City and the Land of Oz influences. Creative inspirations. Yes. Okay.
So like that sounds right, like influence sounds right, but like same writer, no, that doesn't sound.
Nope,
They
my
feel
bad.
very different
I was like
in
scrolling
time.
through this. I'm trying to get some information on like the background of Oz. But no, I
Yeah.
mean the whole production of this. Apparently, this thing had been in development hell since 2006.
Yeah.
Like they had been
It's been a long
trying
time
and
coming.
trying and trying to get it done.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming, and I hope that people that are fans of the show like really enjoy the movie. I mean, I'm seeing that they are.
Mhm.
My, uh, I'll start saying it. Like my biggest gripe with the movie, sadly, is the way it looks. Uh, I
What parts?
think,
I've heard that on.
well, I don't know. I find it kind of grayish and sloppish, and the colors are supposed to pop just a lot more than the way that they're looking. Like it looks like a red one, which I sadly already saw as well.
Did you like?
And no, and I went in with an open mind. Like
No, you didn't. Don't lie.
I wanted to, like it really did, but no, it fucking terrible. And anyway, tomorrow The Rock will be like, we have debuted in Amazon Prime Video, and it is now the highest watched movie on a Friday afternoon after the Super Bowl. Thank you for this. We got 80% audience score and a cinema score because that's what the fans voted. That's what my votes voted. Haha, thank you. Leave some tequila for the big guy tonight.
I mean, it was the highest debuted film in the history of Amazon. I mean, the history, yeah, of Amazon. So I mean, there's that.
Sure, because we don't see those numbers, so they can say things like that.
No, but I mean, they could say it, but also it could be like, yeah, but if you only have 100,000 views, but it's still
If I
technically the highest. It's still technically the
Dude, if I say that this is the biggest podcast where one of the two of us uses PayPal, like,
exactly.
like, what the fuck does that mean?
Eh,
Fuck you, Rock, and your big bald ass head. Anyway,
I don't understand your hatred for him. That's like an un.
I've explained my hatred towards the Rock. We're way off topic. Anyway,
We are. We should talk
uh,
about Wicked and all its positive. I so let me ask you this: did the
yeah,
visuals take you out of the movie? Because I've heard a lot of people complain about it, but I actually thought it was very colorful. There was a lot of practical
it's
sets.
they are practical sets. I don't think they're shot right. Something feels really off. Like that scene when they're living on the train, that's supposed to look amazing because they built those sets, but something about the way I don't know if they add CGI over the actual like physical effects or what, but nothing about this place felt real.
Mhm.
And you kind of wanted to feel like a stage production. You wanted to feel big and like overbearing. Like if you watch the Rent movie, which is also based on a musical, you feel like the city is constantly eating these characters. They feel kind of like in the midst of it. In this one, the school doesn't feel real. The locations where they are don't feel real. Even the city of Oz feels off. I don't know, man. I was not a fan at all of the way that like things were there. And like again, there's a lot of color, there's a lot of pink, there's a lot of green, but there's like a weird gray filter over it where it stops the glow. Something is not right about the color coding in this. And yeah, I am one of those assholes. I am gonna complain about that because it is like if it makes sense, it's like my only complaint about it.
Yeah.
It's just if it looked just a little bit better, and I fear that if we make this movie a blockbuster, people are gonna be like, well, they like when the movies look like gray slop. Let's just keep doing this shit over again.
Did you accidentally watch like Justice League or something? Like Zack Snyder's Justice League? Because goddamn, man, this thing had color and it was popping. I loved it. I loved how colorful it was. I don't know, dude, we saw two different movies then because like
Give
visually,
me a
I
second.
liked it. It's not perfect. Definitely not perfect, but I will go to bat for it and say like no, the colors were popping. Visually, I liked how it looked. I don't see it as ugly or grayscale. It looked nice. It looked good to me. I don't understand because here's the thing. I'm the minority in this because I noticed a lot of people are saying how ugly it looks,
Yeah,
and I just don't see it.
you don't want to hear my answer to that.
Tell me.
You gotta see more movies.
You piece of shit.
I'm sorry. I told you. I told you didn't want to hear my answer. Have you seen the original Wizard of Oz?
Yes.
Have you seen it recently?
It's been a couple years.
Okay. Because like in that one, it starts black and white and then it moves to color. And when it hits you with the color, it slaps you in the face with color.
Mhm.
And I'm sorry, this movie needed to slap me in the face with color. And I think it's not enough. My
But
opinion.
I would argue though, like the setting also like if the like the school setting, I don't know. I didn't have a problem with the visuals. That's weird. My problem was probably with the music at most, but not with the visuals. It looked nice.
You
I
had a
like the
problem with the
library, I
musical,
liked
the
it. I
music?
liked the school rooms. Their room was properly colorful. Like I don't see what you guys are seeing here.
I don't know, man. It's like remember the scene when when she has the idea that like, oh, maybe I'll meet the wizard and like it's gonna go well, and like she's singing in this field. The field is barren. It's nothing. It's just green pastures, blue sky, but like it's gray blue and it's gray green, and she is not popping with the background. There's something is just weird about the about the color in this movie. And I thought I was weird by thinking that because I was watching it. I was like, am I weird by thinking this? Like, am I why am I thinking this? And then the movie ended, and I was like, I'll just, I'll let it go. It's probably me. Like, maybe I need glasses or something. And then I saw that I'm not the only one thinking that. So I was like, this might be like a thing that, you know, maybe this is a problem.
I
And
okay, I'm going through pictures of the movie right now. I see
yeah,
what you guys are saying, but I still disagree. I think like the sets were so colorful, the actors, the actresses like were popped with color. Like I still don't see it being bad. I still see it as like no, it popped. Like I liked it. I can understand the criticism because I'm looking at
yeah,
like for example this picture of Elbatha and Glinda in the field, and I see what you mean. But also, like, it doesn't look bad to me. It just looks like a choice. And again,
yeah. And
I'm gonna be a
I'm
staunch
not a big
proponent
fan
of
of that.
defending this film. Like, I don't love this movie.
Yeah, and like I'm not a big fan of that choice. If it is a choice on purpose, I'm not a big fan of the choice. I'll say it. And
That's fair. We're not movie
yeah,
directors.
yeah. We're just, just two assholes on the internet. And
Exactly. I really
yeah,
appreciate that we can be honest about it. Our opinions don't matter.
I mean, yeah, it's just we're here for the pure love of the game. Do you think we're here for the money or for the numbers or for the chicks?
Well, I
No.
mean, I love the fact that the numbers are going up.
I mean, me too, but like,
More than double the views that we had last year to this year. Fuck yeah.
I mean, it's those are still rookie numbers. We gotta pump those numbers up. But like,
11,000 plays this year so far. Where
heck
I'm hoping we can hit 12,000 before the year's up.
Heck yeah. Anyway, yeah, but yeah, just here for the pure love of the game, not here to tell John M. Chu to do his job or anything, just two dudes that paid for the price of admission. And that's it. Anyway, so we're here, Wicked. You said you wanted to criticize the music in this musical. What do
I
you mean by that?
wait, oh, you get me shot in the internet?
What do you mean by that?
Christ. Okay. No, I'm not gonna. Okay, look, there was no bad singing. I'm not gonna criticize the music itself. Like, what I'm saying is, I'm not a fan of this music. But that's like saying I'm not a fan of like Metallica, for example, right? I get it. I'm not gonna say like, oh, they're bad. Like, no, I know Metallica's good. People love
Yeah,
them. They sell out they sell out arenas. I think that maybe they sell out stadiums. I don't know.
yeah.
But they're just not my music. Like I recognize that. Like it's not my style. That's my taste in music varies wildly. I could love like 10 songs from an artist, but then hate everything else that they do.
Okay.
I just have to like have a taste for that particular song or that particular music. Which is maybe why musicals and me don't click very well. Um, but I'll say this, Wicked, it still clicked. It's not bad by any stretch of the imagination. I'm not gonna pretend like it's bad. I'm just gonna say it's not my style. Like I never went to theater productions, right? I was a theater kid my senior year just so that way I could be close to Nikki and that was it. Like so we could have one class together. You know what I was in the two musicals that I was there? I was a
What?
prince and I was a prince.
What
That-
were the musicals?
they just wanted me there for my good looks and that was it. I was just supposed to stand there and shut up.
That's as good as a job as you can get, honestly. Like that's
Exactly.
yeah,
I still had my long luscious hair back then. Now I just have my normal luscious hair back now. Anyway,
yeah.
I just don't have a taste for musicals. So maybe the best compliment I can give it is that I didn't hate the music for what it's worth. But like for example, like if we go back to like Wonka, for example, right? Last year, I love that movie. It was really good. I
You
liked it.
loved Wonka, yeah.
It like touched my heart and my soul. But let me give you an example, folks. I don't remember a single fucking song from that one except Scrub Scrub. That's it. I only remember that one part, right?
What?
Yeah, I don't remember any of the music from Wonka. I don't remember any of
You
it.
don't remember I've got 10 gallons in my pocket and a
Oh, I do because you
hat
had to remind me.
full of dreams. You don't remember you've never had chocolate like this.
No.
You've never had you don't remember that.
Again, I'll defend it. It's a great movie, but I don't love musicals. From Sweeney Todd, you know what's the only lyric I remember from that movie?
I make the worst pies in London.
No. I will have vengeance. That's the one part from that movie I remember. I can't remember any of the lyrics. I can remember the story, but I don't have the ear for musicals. I just don't. They're not in me. So for me to say that I liked a musical is a high compliment from me. I'm not saying Wicked should judge itself based on some piece of shit guy on the internet who's lucky to
Yeah.
get 100 views on a podcast. But the fact of the matter is that if we're discussing my taste in this movie, the best compliment I can give it was that it was good and I liked it.
Okay. We don't want to be that self-aware. Okay. Like,
What's wrong? What's wrong with being self-aware and knowing that I'm an idiot?
like let's give also like a little bit of credit to like this hard work that we've been doing for like several years.
For
Okay.
what, 4 years now?
Oh God.
God,
Anyway,
I'm so proud of us and what we've
me
accomplished. We can
too.
talk about it later, but like, goddamn, I'll tell you the numbers in a little bit.
Yeah. Oh God. All right. Well, did you have a favorite number in this movie? What is the scrub of Wicked Part One?
I would honestly just say the ending because the ending, if the whole thing was just waiting for actions to happen, the final act where Elbatha and Galinda are on the top of Oz Tower and she's trying to ride her the
The
broomstick,
broom?
like run and like fly, that was probably the best part. And I'll be honest with you, if that part wasn't in the movie and it didn't click, I wouldn't have liked this movie. I was like, okay, it's not bad, it's not bad, it's not bad. There we go. That's what we want in a climax. It's not the whole show, it's how you leave him. And you left me great. Like
Yeah.
powerful,
So
loud, like an abundance. It felt like a victory song in some way. It just, that one song turned the movie from like a solid five of meh to a seven of no, this is good. One song.
okay. All right, let me tell you a secret. That song, Defying Gravity,
Uh,
that is the show's standout number. That's the song that everyone knows. That's a
it
song
did
that,
its
like,
job.
it's the most popular song out of the number. People who have never heard of the show know the song, okay? It's like, it's probably one of the it's one of the most well-known, famous, like, theater staples. Like, it is one of the all-time classics. It's one of the all-time great songs, okay? So, I like that. That's like, hey, that song's pretty good. Like it's like saying Bohemian Rhapsody is pretty good, you know? And so like I'm not saying you're wrong. It was a pretty fun number. I think it did exactly what it needed to do. I echo your sentiments. Like it left you wanting more. And my problem is that yes, it did leave you wanting more. Problem is that this is part one, and I have no idea how they're gonna follow up part two. I like a couple of the numbers. I like The Wizard and I like Dancing Through Life. To me, that was pretty fun. That was a number in the library. Excuse me a moment.
And folks, if you come here to our commercial channel here, we have this lovely silk tie that can be yours for $9.99.
Who would pay 9.99 for a tie?
I paid $60 for this tie. Fuck you.
That's a tie?
It's a tie. Yeah, it's a Banana Republic tie. This tie is
Oh,
probably 10 years old.
you didn't get a discount for working there?
I did. That's why I paid $60 only. All right, so back to the review, folks.
Oh
Okay.
God.
So I think we've done a good job of praising Ariana Grande. I really want to praise Cynthia. Let me pull up her last.
Arribo. Arribo.
Cynthia Erivo. For I'm not gonna say she's an unknown, but this is the first time I've seen her, especially in the leading role. And my God, if a star is not born, a superstar has been made because she was outstanding in this film. I hope she doesn't get pigeonholed into only musical roles, but for what it's worth, she is genuinely incredible. The fact that she can omit so much emotion through green makeup, the fact that like she has mastery of her facial muscles to where the slightest twitch like here and here can convey pain or agony or love. There's a part in the movie that I truly believed when they said, "Oh, she doesn't care what people think." And I think it's Ariana Grande that says, "No, she only wants you to think that she doesn't care." That landed. That really landed. I think besides the stand-up sequence at the very end with the broom and defying gravity, the next most like standout sequence was when they have the dance at the dance. And instead
Oh
of
yeah.
people, Ariana Grande, or I guess Galinda, goes to comfort Elbatha and dance with her a bit. Like
Yeah.
genuinely, that might be the best scene in the whole film. If Defying Gravity is like the climax, that's probably the best scene in the movie.
Yeah, and I like that it wasn't like she went up to hug her or like cried with her or be like, oh, like get away. Like, no, she was like, I'm gonna do this in front of everyone. Because like everyone is looking at her and being like, oh my God, you, David. And like, but everyone,
But
but at
Galinda
the
does it,
same,
and everyone's like, "Oh, okay, we get."
that doesn't. It's like, yeah, just goes up and like actually empathizes with her, which is and I like that there's no dialogue, it's just them doing like a little number. Not even music, like they're just kind of like swaying.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man. Just good stuff overall. And but I like also that, it doesn't turn Glinda into like doesn't switch her like completely. Like she's still who she is.
She's still very vain.
Yeah, but they managed to like become pretty good roommates, and that leads to probably the second most famous number in the movie, and that is Popular, and which
Oh
is
yeah.
yeah, all just in their little room. Yeah,
What's called? Dude,
yeah.
man, I forgot that that number was from this one. Popular.
Mm.
You're gonna be popular.
Yeah.
I'll give Ariana Grande this. When she sang it, I could hear the difference between the meme and her.
What meme?
It's a popular like TikTok meme or whatever, like popular that you're
Oh
gonna
yeah.
be
Oh
popular.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right. You're
That one
right.
part of the song is like meme to death.
Yeah.
And props to Ariana Grande. I could hear the difference from one to the other. I'll give him that credit too.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, I mean, like I said, song has been part of the musical since like the beginning. It's also pretty popular. It's managed to, you know, uh, yeah. There's a pretty fun. Have you seen New Girl?
New, yeah.
There's an episode of New Girl where like Winston is driving his car and Schmidt and Cece are in the back and they're naked and Winston hasn't noticed. And he's driving by himself and he starts singing Defying Gravity. And then in the next scene, he's singing Popular to himself. And that implies, because Popular takes place before Defying Gravity, it implies that he went through the entire soundtrack and like is back to the beginning and he's singing both of them. Fantastic scene. Big fan of that scene. Um, but yeah, big fan of just how they did this. And like I said, both Aribo and Grande's acting really shines through. They contrast each other amazingly. And yeah, they're both locks in my opinion for like a nomination for best actress because like I think they're both fantastic.
Didn't weren't they both already nominated Golden Globes?
I think they're both nominated.
What's called? Let me. I'm gonna
Uh,
double check to pull the accolades for this movie. But so we've talked a lot of like I think we've praised the two main actresses for a good minute and well deserved. But
yeah.
don't we also want to give props to the supporting cast that do a very good job. Um, Jeff Goldblum is a perfect asshole, which is weird. He's been on a run of being a douchebag. Like I don't know if you ever saw Chaos, but man,
I want to. Should I?
there's no season two, so
Damn it.
I don't want you to get invested. And give me 1 second. This might be the phone call.
Oh God.
Hello, sweetheart. Hey, sweetheart, is everything okay? Yeah, go grab coffee. You can I tell you something real funny, real quick?
Oh my God.
I'm recording with Shema right now, and I was just like, "Oh dear God, is it the phone call?" Like, I think from now on, I'm gonna be nervous every time you call me from now on. Look, this is on the podcast, but she was just like, "Yeah, that's what you get. Now you know what I'm going through." And Shema's laughing his ass off now.
It's true.
I love you. Go enjoy coffee with Robert. I love you. Love you too, boo. Bye.
Oh gosh.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I wanted to record that. If this was the call, I would have like edited and been like, guys, this is a podcast. We love you. I gotta go have my son. Love you. Bye. Oh, oh,
Amazing. Yeah.
I just have
I love that that's gonna keep you on your toes for like the next few
it's
hours.
no, it's gonna keep me on my toes for the next like month until he's born. Like at
I
most
don't
3 weeks.
I don't think it's gonna take a month. I think it's gonna be way quicker than you think.
I don't mind that. I just please come after Tuesday. That's all I'm asking. Come on Tuesday and anytime after that. That's all I want.
You wanna put some money on it? Should we like? Because I think it's gonna be
$5 it comes
before.
Tuesday or later.
I think it's gonna be before.
My sister has a pool going on apparently.
I fucking knew it. Put her
Uh,
in contact with me. I want in. Do it. I want
I'll give her
it.
your number and y'all can place bets on days.
Because I think it's gonna be. I don't know. It might be tomorrow.
Yeah, it might be. God damn. Just come Tuesday. Tuesday and after. Ollie, Mijito, I love you. If you
Why
come
do you want it to
before,
be
I'm
on
still gonna
Tuesday?
love you. It's just like give us one day to rest. That's all I ask.
But if he's born on like January 1st, then like he's gotta wait a whole year for his birthday.
What?
He's gotta wait a whole year for his birthday.
That's fine. He can wait. He's not gonna know.
Yeah, I mean, unless you teach him, numbers.
Well, we already decided that if he is born like on Christmas or near Christmas, we're gonna throw his birthday party at the very beginning of the month with all his school friends, and we'll invite the families. That way they can't jip him out of like a Christmas/birthday gift. No, fuck you guys. He has a birthday party at the beginning of the month, and then it's Christmas.
You do realize it's just because he's gonna be born between these days, he's never gonna have a birthday at his school.
No, we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna be like, you know what? His birthday is during the break, but everyone come over. We're gonna have Polar Express, hot cocoa, and snow. Snow in
No, but
Texas. We
like
bought a snow machine, Mijito. I love you.
no, but like in school, like, you know.
No, we're gonna pick a day and we're gonna adopt it. We're gonna be like, this
All
is
right.
his day. No,
All
fuck the
right.
teachers. If I'm donating 10 grand to that school, fuck you. You're celebrating my son's birthday.
Where are you getting the 10 grand to donate to the school? I feel like you're betting on things that might not happen, dude.
No, I'm betting on myself.
That's the message that we want everyone to take from this show. At the end of the day, this show is about betting on yourself and doing great stuff with your friends,
That's
not
true.
about changing the movie scheme.
If
And
anything, that's what this movie's also about. Betting on yourself, knowing that you're right and everyone else is wrong.
even if everyone else is, the government. Anyway,
You know, do okay, can we mention that for just a moment? How topical this movie is. I hate how topical this goddamn movie is right now. I hate
okay.
that there were memes right after of people like when MAGA people go watch this movie and realize, wait, is this about us?
Is this fucking play about us?
Like, I
Yeah,
hate how topical this movie is. Love again, good movie, but why?
yeah. This
Ah,
is uh this is way better saved as like, oh, can you imagine if like, but no,
yeah, that'd be
here we
nice.
are. But no, here we are. Here we are. This is why everyone should watch Sure number two. Yeah, because that shit ain't topical either.
Oh God.
No, I liked it. I like that I'll be honest, I'm a bigger fan of when a message is not really spelled out for me.
Mhm.
But it's kind of hard when like the message is kind of timeless in a way.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the blueprint for a lot of these, so I understand. You were talking about supporting cast. Jeff Goldblum is great. Michelle Yeoh is great. Peter Dinklage is the voice of the goat teacher.
Professor, let me find him. Let me find him. He deserves
Gilliman,
he is a doctor and he will be referred to as such. Yeah. Dr.
Dr. Gilliman.
Gilliland.
Yeah, big fan of that character. Big fan of his eyes. Big fan of the way he says Glinda. Uh,
But
yeah,
like
and
those little scenes, did you cringe a bit when she kept trying to correct him?
no, I
I
don't
was mad
cringe.
at her. I was like, look, man, he has a speech impediment. Chill the fuck out.
Yeah, they don't. She doesn't know that. That's the whole point. That's what makes it like. That's what makes it topical.
Her
Uh, I
control.
I audibly like awed when Alphaba is like helping him like pick up like his flowers and everything, and she goes like, "Well, I don't have any friends," and he goes like, "You have one now." And it's like, you fuck. That's my buddy. That's my man. That's the goat.
Ah, damn
Literally,
it. I was about to say he's the GOAT.
he's the
Damn it.
goat. Literally, fucking love that guy. Great. Uh, Bowen Yang is also really good as like one of Galinda's little goons. I think he's super funny in SNL. I think he does a great job here. Great job stealing a job from James Corden. Get him the fuck out of here. But
Was Jim
my
Corn supposed to play
favorite,
that role?
no, but I could see it.
he would have stolen like he would have it would have been too much if he was there.
Yeah, that's why I'm glad he's not there. And Bowen Yang can be subtle when he's funny. But my favorite supporting performance is from Jonathan Bailey as Fierro Tiglar, the prince from the Wick County. And he was fucking hilarious. I love himbos. I love himbo characters. And this guy played a perfect asshole. Great. Love him. Keep him employed. Love this guy.
What's called the supporting cast did their job. No one overshadowed. All I could help was like while watching this movie, it was like this school needs some like bullies. School needs some jocks. Like physical like ass whoopings need to be handed out. Also, that poor librarian. I just remember the part where all the books are falling everywhere, and I'm just like, fuck this guy. If I was that librarian, I'd be pissed with him.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Also, the movie has a little cameo by Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth, who were the original Glinda and Alphaba,
Oh,
in
when?
the musical. When they arrive to Oz, there's these two female singers that are kind of like trying to steal each other's thunder the whole time.
Oh, that's who they were. I was like, that feels kind
Yeah,
of out of place, but that's fine, I guess.
yeah, no, those were the original singers, and you could tell because the singer got like immediately a million times better. 'Cause they were
Oh, damn.
I'll say it, I'll say it. But yeah, it didn't sell Kristen Chenoweth, it didn't sell actually the taller one. She's done like she's been in a huge move, like she's been in a lot of movies and she was Elsa, so she's been in like a ton of stuff. She played the wife in Uncut Gems.
Do
Yeah.
have they cast Dorothy yet?
No, but I don't know. I don't think she's gonna show up in part two.
No, but she is in part two, isn't she?
I
Like
have
very
no idea.
minorly. Like it's essentially like the Wizard of Oz, but you see it from the witches and Galinda's perspective, where they're manipulating everything while Dorothy is going on her journey to do the stuff. So I'm really curious if one, if they're gonna cast Dorothy, and two, who the fuck do you cast? Because like, hey, we're gonna cast you as like fucking Batman, but you're only gonna be in the movie for about 5 minutes, maybe 10 tops.
Then it's gonna be an unknown.
I hope, man. Oof. I think has there only ever been one Dorothy ever?
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
Like, has she ever been in another movie? Is what I'm asking.
No, I mean, don't need to, unless you count like a Return to Oz, like which
Dorothy.
pretty much doesn't. Um, I don't know. I feel like it's thinking too far ahead, and kind of want to focus just on this.
Oh, that
I
happened.
think it's gonna be an unknown, my opinion.
I hope you're right. I hope you're right.
Yeah,
And no, from what I can tell, I cannot find a substantial actor that's ever played Dorothy as far as like as a major film. Then again, we've only had three major films from Oz. It was The Wizard of Oz, there was Oz the Great and Powerful, and then Wicked, I would say.
yeah,
But yeah. Um I don't know, man. This movie's good. I cannot call it great yet, though. Not yet.
yeah. I mean, I liked it. I had fun. I am. It's not gonna end up in my top 10, but I'm excited to see where it goes from here. I'm excited to see part two. And but it's just, it's one of those things where like I appreciate the movie a lot more than I like it. I appreciated that it kept theaters open. I appreciated that it has people flocking into the theater. And I like that we have a big fat movie musical again and that it's making a lot of money.
I love
And
that.
if this inspires, sorry, and if this inspires someone to to find a local theater and get into a program and discover the joy of acting and of singing, then he's doing his job right. So yeah, big fan of it.
So, real quick, yes, I can confirm they were nominated for Best Actress and Supporting Actress at the Golden Globes. They'll most likely be nominated for Oscars as well.
Yeah,
Uh, that said, this movie, I mean, again, good, not great. I think I need to see part two, but like, I can definitely see that this movie. without question will inspire like some kid or kids to join theater. And in fact, actually here in the Valley, we actually, I guess they timed it perfectly. They have a Wicked performance going on, like down here. And one of the Wizard of Oz. There's two different theaters down here in the Valley right now performing them. They're high school kids, but like, hey man, they're giving
Yeah.
it a shot.
Hey, a
Um,
high school local production is the way to start, you know? Like I look, I love doing it. Like I love doing theater when I was in high school. I regret not doing more. Like
mhm,
I would have liked to have gone in like a lot earlier.
mhm.
And I would have liked to have done it like a lot more like during college, but I was basically doing pretty much everything else. But it's super fun, man. And like I know a lot of people that really got into it. And like I've read like books and I've loved local productions, so it's fun, man. It makes you weird and cringy as fuck, but like it's fun as hell.
Yeah.
And like there's no place like a stage. So yeah, if this helps in that, then we did a good job.
You know,
Uh,
you know what I'm just realizing now, actually? There were
well,
themes in here that we didn't discuss as far as like keeping. And folks, I recognize me and Shem are maybe not the right people to talk about this. I recognize our genders.
yeah.
Um, but there is some semblance of like keeping like I could be wrong when I say this. Are there themes of keeping women or people in their place? Like the wizard very much wants to use Galinda, but
Yeah,
use her strictly.
yeah,
Like there are very much themes of like tossing people aside. Because where was he when she was born? You know.
yeah.
Um, there's also, we didn't talk about any of that. Are we qualified to, or am I reaching here?
No, I don't think you're reaching, but I also think if we try to,
We're gonna
yeah.
pick up.
I think it's better if we don't. I think it's better like to. I think if we had like read up on it, maybe, you know.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I was just thinking, I was like, okay, what are some things that we don't take into account because we are who we are? Like, yeah, okay, that's fair. Huh. Discussion for another time then.
Yeah. But yeah, overall, just seeing it as a musical, as a movie, as a 2.5 hour movie. What do you think? What would you score it?
7 out of 10. It's good, not great, not yet anyway. But I mean, once we see part two, well, we'll find out.
All right. I'm gonna score it 3.5 out of 5. I think to me is a very fun, very passable thing. My biggest problem is still the color coding and the fact that it feels a little incomplete without part one, but with a part two. But then, hey, I said the same thing about Doom Part One, and the look how awesome that is now.
Yeah.
So we'll have to wait a year, but yeah, overall, pretty fun time, very fun time. Yeah, thank you so much for joining us on this review of the Wicked here at the Rollback. Are you getting the call?
No, no, no. Just a
Uh,
real quick, one more
yeah,
accolade for Wicked. It is the only movie in the top 10 that's an original property. Well, I would
it's
call it an original. Like it's
it's
not.
not an original. It's an
Does it
adaptation of a
still count as a
musical.
sequel?
No, it's not a sequel, but it's an adaptation of a previously created IP. So,
Fine, okay, then yes, all top 10 are sequels.
I mean, it's not a sequel, but it is like an adaptation of like a.
It's not original property.
It's just Conclave should be there. You know, that's what I'm saying. You know.
Conclave was Mean Girls, man. Like
No,
fucking.
wait, no, wait. Conclave is based on a novel. Fuck. Like, never mind.
Oh god damn it.
I don't
And
know.
this
It's
is
just
based
like
on a
what
book too.
I don't know. It's just like watch original pictures, man. You know, watch Juror Number Two. Watch it. I just saw A Different Man, and my goodness, what a hot little talkie. Watch movies like I Saw the TV Glow and
Terrifier
Hitman.
3,
Sure, why not?
if you have the
Uh,
stomach for it.
sure. Watch It's What's Inside. Watch Hitman. Watch The Substance. You know.
Mhm.
Heretic was pretty good. Fuck. Everyone, go to Prime Video and watch Ricky Stanicki. That's the funniest thing I've seen the whole year.
Ricky,
Fucking
really,
funniest.
Ricky Stenicki?
Have you seen it?
I have not.
Dude,
I heard it was
funniest
terrible.
movie of the year. No, it's not. Don't they are lying to you. They hate whimsy and they hate fun. That's the funniest fucking thing I've seen the entire year.
Okay. All right. I'm down to give it a try.
Trust me on that. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Next week, hopefully, we'll pump out a review of Churro number 2, unless Ricky Staniki takes precedence. My name was Chema,
And I've been Eddie.
and this was the Rollback. Signing off with a reminder to,
Go out of your comfort zone and try movies that you wouldn't normally watch.
that's wonderful sentiment to send us out. Merry Christmas, everyone. Goodbye.
Bye bye.